What's up? It's me, Haley Jones, and we are at the Embroidery Boutique in Farragut. I'm here with Debbie Funk, the founder. Are you founder? Owner? Operator? I think your mom.
My mom.
Okay, that's what I thought. This is starting out great. Anyways, okay. So, in order for you to get to know Debbie a little bit more and what Embroidery Boutique is all about and who she is and why she's awesome, we're going to do some rapid fire. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you a Vol fan?
Of course.
Wait, aren't you from Florida?
I am from Florida.
Okay. But you're a Vol fan.
Yes, because I moved here in 2006.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
I've been here a long time.
Long enough to be a fan.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So, reading books or watching TV?
Neither.
Oh. So what's the other option that you do?
I go to sleep.
You have more self-discipline than I do. I'm like, I want to go to sleep, but I also want to watch TV.
But I also do a lot of marketing on my phone at night.
What do you mean? Like for your businesses?
For my businesses.
This lady is a hustler. We're going to talk about it. Hustler. Okay. Professional sports or college sports?
I don't know. I'm torn. I'm a big NFL fan. And
did you watch the draft?
I did.
Last night? Who's your team? Miami?
Miami Dolphins. And yesterday was my birthday. And every year...
I didn't realize that! Gosh, I'm a horrible fan.
No. So every year, my birthday's on the draft. It's the best.
Oh my gosh. What did you do for it? For your birthday? Or for the draft? For both?
I had to go to a town meeting, and then I went out with some friends for drinks.
Nice. Miami, they didn't draft anybody last night, did they?
No.
Okay.
So, yes, but I love college sports. And I played volleyball in college myself, but I just love sports in general.
I didn't know you played volleyball. Actually, so the guy from Onward Knox, Taylor, he's a business owner, and he's a Miami fan.
Okay.
And I asked him his thoughts on Tua. What are your thoughts on Tua? Like, Tua's great, but I'm just like, should he still be playing?
He should not still be playing.
See, that's what I think.
In my opinion, for his own life, I think it's a poor decision.
Hello?
Yes.
What do we know? Anyways. Okay, coffee or tea?
I like both. I drink a lot of green tea.
Ooh, swanky.
But I like both.
I like it. I think I know the answer to this. Are you a cat person or a dog person?
Oh, a dog.
I know her dog. He's so cute. Oh my gosh. What's his name?
His name is Buxton.
And what kind of dog is he?
He is a golden doodle mixed with a Rottweiler and a Chesapeake Bay Retriever, and I only know that because I did a DNA test.
You did?
I did.
He is huge, and my dog Festus is obsessed with Buxton. Like, usually Festus is like, I don't need any other dog. And then when he's around Buxton, he's like, hi Buxton, hey. So anyways, Buxton's the cutest dog probably ever.
You could do a whole series on Buxton.
Ah, yeah. He's so cute. He's literally huge.
Yes, and he looks like Snuffleupagus.
Yeah, he does. Oh my gosh, he does. He's so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Boom. Exactly. Working out or mimosas?
Both. I do both.
Same.
Often.
Also same. I have mimosas at the gym. Okay, football or basketball?
Football.
Same. Mountains or beach?
That's tough. I'm from the beach.
Yeah.
And I'm living in the mountains. So.
Thanks for saying that, Debbie, because we have a lot of people that are questioning why are there mountains in Tennessee.
So, I don't know. I like both. I probably would say more of a beach person, but I don't really go to the beach anymore.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I kind of both.
Both. Okay, Peyton or Dolly? Or you can say neither. Someone said neither before,
I mean,
which I understand.
I mean, I like them both.
Same.
I think they've both done a lot for East Tennessee
I agree.
as a whole. So, I don't know. I got no qualms with either.
Yeah, Shay hates Peyton. Like, literally hates him. Like, he's the worst thing that ever happened.
No,
Peyton,
I don't.
if you're watching this,
and
just ignore that.
Yeah, and Shay doesn't know what he's talking about.
Exactly. If you're like, who's Shay? That's my husband. And we're throwing him right under the bus. Okay, so let's talk about the Embroidery Boutique.
Okay.
So tell us, like, So your mom started this business.
So in
what's kind of the story?
Okay, so the story is in 1989, my mom started this business in our house when I was in middle school, high school.
Oh, that's cool.
And she worked many years in the house, and then she started having stores and stuff. And we started sewing nationally for some people, and we ended up moving to Tennessee to be more centrally located to ship.
Okay.
So that's kind of how we got here. And
so then it started in Florida?
It did.
Where in Florida?
Boca Raton, Florida.
Okay.
And so she did that, and then they talked me into leaving what my career was at the time and moving to Tennessee, and that was in 2006.
Wait, what were you doing?
I used to be a hair and makeup artist, and so I was a hairdresser for like 12 years, and so I did that. And then I used to live in New York City, and
which I'm jealous of. I love New York.
and I loved it too. And so I did that, and then I moved here in 2006, and then in 2014, I talked my parents into opening a store here in Farragut.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you moved to Tennessee, was that still out of the house, or did you have a
we were out in Tellico Village for 10 years. Where I think currently there is an Italian restaurant. Well, that's where we used to be.
Oh, nice. I bet Tellico Village is fine, but locationally this seems like this would probably be a lot more like popping.
Oh yes, it was it was a huge growth in our business.
Right.
Moving in.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so when it comes to like what exactly you do, so it's called embroidery. But I think you do a lot of things beyond just like embroidery. So tell us like what all you offer. What are some of the most popular things people do?
So we do embroidery, but what makes us different is we allow people to bring in their own items. So a lot of people don't allow that, and so we will do one piece or we can do hundreds of pieces.
Okay.
So for us, it's we do a lot of corporate logos, so we can digitize logos, and then people can bring in their own things to be monogrammed. We also laser etch on stainless steel cups and cutting boards and stuff. So we kind of like make everything personal. But then we have a gift shop that sells items that are not monogrammable or embroiderable, but it's just sort of a local little gift shop.
Yeah. So it's like gift shop, and then also option to have things personalized, customized. And that's everything from like I'm looking at the store right now, which editor put video of this in. But she's got hats, she's got coffee mugs, she's got, I don't even know all the things.
Yeah, there's a lot. I sell a lot of mud pie. There's a company called Nora Fleming that sells plates and platters where you change out the little symbols, those things over there.
Oh.
And so we sell a lot of that, and we have candles and baby gifts.
Cool. Bags. Literally like all kinds of stuff.
All sorts of stuff.
Coolers, UT gear. Anyways, it's awesome. Okay, what is like one of the most common things that people personalize? What's one of your most common orders?
We do a lot of company logos, so we do a lot of corporate embroidery. But we also do a lot of just like one-offs of, somebody wants to put their initials on something, or so that is a lot of what we do. But it's also, I have tried to keep like our gifts under $50. So it's sort of like people know they can come in here for like a hostess gift or something, and it's not overly expensive.
Break the bank.
Yes.
What's like the weirdest thing? I don't know if I want to say weird because that sounds judgmental, but what's the most unique thing that someone's ordered?
Well,
that you feel comfortable sharing.
I was just gonna say, I probably can't share like. A lot of people get creative when they're getting married with their undergarments.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
So we'll just leave it at that.
Take your mind where you'll let it. I never even thought about that. I'm so basic though. That's funny. Okay. As far as like, in business itself, like how were you impacted, if at all, by COVID? Do you feel like you've bounced back? Was that like a thing? Because I think for some people it was major. So
it was major for us. So for me, what was major was my stepfather passed away unexpectedly right before COVID. And my mom kind of, I don't want to say fell apart, but like it was a big life change and whatever. So I purchased the business from my mom 2 weeks before we shut down for 8 weeks.
I didn't know that, Debbie.
And,
I did not know that.
Yeah. So I had, I purchased it. My mom moved back to Florida, and I sat home for 8 weeks. Like, what have I done? I just didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know. I mean, I contacted a bankruptcy attorney to understand what that looked like, because I was like, what? Like, I don't know what this looks like.
Holy crap.
And so instead of totally freaking out, that is where Funky Meat Snacks came.
Which we're going to talk about.
And so during COVID, I was like, okay, let's just think positive here. So, like, how am I going to bring people into the shop when we open?
Right.
And in the beginning, I was like taking phone orders, driving things to people's houses if they needed gifts for birthday presents, and then that started to like not make any sense, you know. Like,
yeah,
and I was like, it wasn't profitable. So I was just trying to always think outside the box, and so it was I just sat home and I was like, well, what is something, I'm a pretty good cook, and I said, what is something that I could make that has shelf life, so I started like researching. I'm like, oh, beef jerky, that has shelf life. And
it's in the flesh.
It's in the flesh. And so in the process of COVID, I created jerky basically. And I ordered a dehydrator and I started making it. And then I started giving it to people, and everyone was like, it's so good. You really need to do this. And so with my name being Funk, the name of it is Funky Meat Snacks.
So cute.
And I decided to, the further I got into it, I met with a microbiologist on like how the process of all this had to work, and I realized there's a lot that when you manufacture meat, that like the laws.
Yeah. So
I would just make it. And I gave away thousands of dollars of free jerky to my customers when they came in. I said, hey, you want to try this? And everyone was like, they were encouraging me to do it. So in the process of all this, I did a lot of research and realized that most beef jerky companies that are doing it legally, because there's a lot of people that do it out of their house and sell it non-legally.
Like moonshine.
That most people use a co-packer.
Oh, what does that mean? Like
a co-packer is somebody where you work with them, take your recipes, and
then they
already have the facility. So I did a lot of research, and I was hoping to find somebody on the East Coast just because whatever. But the more research I did, I found that there's more cattle farms and stuff out west, and I'm a vibe person in business, so like I need to work with people that I felt confident had my back and whatever. So I found a co-packer out in California that makes my jerky for me.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And so I'm not actually making it. So that is how that all happened.
Wow. Because of COVID.
All COVID.
We got jerky, and now she has hot honey.
Like a spicy honey.
Which, by the way, my husband is obsessed with hot honey.
Yeah.
Obsessed with it. Anyways, okay, so in terms of like the jerky part of it, have you tried Buc-ee's jerky?
Of course I've tried.
Because I'm just curious, like your thoughts about it. I'm not saying we need to talk bad about Buc-ee's. I'm just saying like Buc-ee's is like you go there and there's a whole wall of jerky. So like, what are your thoughts on it?
I think Buc-ee's is fantastic at marketing.
Preach. Yes, they are so good.
I think
it's like a whole thing. It's a whole culture.
It's a whole culture. So, you know, they've zoned in on that, and I mean, I don't have anything negative to say about it.
Well, I'm not saying we need to talk trash. I just think it's interesting. Like Buc-ee's, I mean, because I have been at the Buc-ee's like jerky wall with my husband, and I'm like,
it's almost too much.
Yeah, it's like too much. But anyways, people love it. It's fine. Okay, so in terms of, sorry, go ahead.
No, and so one of the things too, like the way I made it like a girl thing.
Yes, which I love that.
Because, and of course I put the checkerboard shoes at the bottom for our good old Tennessee. But I wanted to market it like as a healthy snack also for women, because the jerky world is hunting, fishing. It's always been focused on men.
Right.
But it's actually like a healthy snack for everybody.
Right.
And it's not just... So even my co-packer was telling me that they just love my logo because it's so just cute. Different.
Isn't it so cute? Like, it's so good. So good. Okay, so I'm going to have to ask you about this logo later. In terms of, like, the growth of the jerky, like, what's your 5-year vision for Funky's Meats?
Well, to be honest with you, I had no plan in all this.
Yeah. Well, no one knew COVID was coming.
So currently I'm selling it at Admiral Pub, which is next door to my embroidery boutique. They sell it behind the bar, and it's selling well for them. So right now I sell it inside my store, which it does incredibly well. But I mean, of course, I would love to see it in other places. I've, different avenues of, I don't know. It was just something I created, and I really, a 5-year plan. I mean, I definitely would love it to grow into more, put it into more places.
Right. Okay, when it comes to embroidery, what's your busiest time? Or is it always like,
I mean, I would say obviously Christmas is the busiest, because it just is, because it's a gift-giving thing. But really May is almost sometimes as busy as Christmas, because you have end-of-year teacher appreciation, kids going to college, kids graduating, Mother's Day, and it's all like happening at the same time.
Right.
So that's really busy too.
I'm about to throw some y'all under the bus, okay? I was a teacher for a long time, and I never got anything embroidered. So I just want to know. Give us some teacher gift ideas, because I'm like, what would that be?
I mean, etching a stainless steel cup with like their monogram or something. A lot of people do like bags for the teachers.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And put their name on it, or beach towel, or a blanket. But yeah.
Yeah. Also, I love that, because that's very like, it's not that it's like luxury, but like it's better than, and I'm totally calling this out, like Bath and Body Works pineapple scented hand sanitizers. Do you know how many of those I got? A lot. Just think it through, people. Your teachers do a lot. Like, give them a wine glass, okay? Or a monogram, or a etched wine glass, and a gift card.
The total one.
Yes. For like $5,000. No, I'm just kidding. Not really. Anyways, okay. So if somebody was going to order, like, I'm a procrastinator. So I'm the type of customer that's probably not your ideal. And I'd call you on a Monday morning and be like, Debbie, can you do this by Monday afternoon?
Well, that's why I have this sign. That I keep.
Look it. Your bad planning should not be my emergency. So what is the timeline? That's ideally, like, okay. Or does it depend on the item, I guess? Or
well, we strive to be a couple day turnaround all the time. So it is usually just a couple days. However, nobody plans anymore thanks to Amazon, and they think
that's true.
Everybody thinks that everything is, 2-day turnaround, or and that's the hard part about what we do is everybody rushes us all the time, because they forgot, it's this, it's that,
Right.
So we are always putting out fires, which is difficult for my employees that work really hard,
Yeah.
So, I mean, couple days, 3-4 days is like ideal.
Right.
We can usually turn around even 100-piece jobs in that amount of time. But the hard part is hey, this is coming up and I need it tomorrow.
Right.
And a lot of people do that to us.
Right.
And so, and we are closed on the weekends. So we're only open Monday through Friday. So, people try to squeeze things towards the end of the week.
I think I would probably do that.
Yes.
I won't do that to you. Okay, because the thing is that, like, this kind of gift is
there's a process.
Right, and that's what makes it better than like ordering something on Amazon, because it is a
personalized
it's
thing.
personalized, you thought it through, like it has more meaning.
But a lot of people a lot of people want the personalized gift, but like don't plan it through, so that's the issue. You know what I mean?
Like they don't even know what they want to get, basically, and they're like, figure it out.
Yeah. So it's you know, a couple days, like, is safe.
Right.
I mean, even at Christmas, I want to say we were no longer than 3-day turnaround.
Oh, see, that's good.
But you know, it's
you have to
And sometimes, you know, we have to say no if it's a rush because we have other things in front of it, and there's only so many hours in the day.
Right. I got you. Okay, what is your, like, you are a true entrepreneur. Like, especially when it comes to Funky's Meats and obviously the shop, like, what is your favorite thing about being an entrepreneur, having a business, having businesses? Like, what do you love about that?
I love my customers. Like, we have the best customer, and it's like everybody's sort of feels like family. And look, I mean, I've been sick before, and my customers have dropped food off at my house. Like, it's like nice. I try to create the like the family atmosphere, and it's the same thing with my employees. Most of them have been here 8 years, 6 years, and then it's hard to bring employees in because we have such a great knit group
of like people or whatever. Yeah.
So, I mean, I like the community aspect of it, and you know, being able to provide like something special for the community.
Right. So would you say that like the majority of your clients, like what's the like balance of like repeat customers versus like one-timers versus, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does that look like?
We have a lot of repeat customers, and that's why, like, when I bring things in the store, I don't usually repurchase the same things ever.
Yeah, okay.
Because people come in so much, so they always want new things. So I'm always trying to find something that's not at your regular department stores.
Right.
You know.
Right. Make it, like, super
So that's
unique.
What I do at night instead of watch TV.
This is smart.
Is I research.
Yeah. She's, like, into it. Okay, this was what I was going to ask you. Isn't there... Okay, so you obviously probably go to market for, like, the shop.
Yes.
Right? Versus, like, going to market, isn't there, like, a market for, like, food?
Yes. It's all... You can do it all... You know, you can do it all together.
Okay. Oh, it's like the same.
Yes.
Because I was just curious, like, if you go to market for, like, jerky versus, like, if you go to market for, like, personalized or just, like, whatever.
Well, they have
curious,
different
like,
floors at market.
So
it's like the gift, the home, food.
Whatever.
Okay.
Because I was just thinking, like, who's at the jerky market versus, like, who's at the stuff you embroider market. You know what I mean?
You can set up that kind of thing. The issue with what I'm seeing with the jerky and the co-packer situation, you know, is the volume. So the company that I chose to make my jerky makes it all by hand, and I didn't want it to be made by a machine.
Yeah.
So like the flavor's different.
Right.
And so, you know, the volumes they can produce is probably less than like putting it in Walmart.
Right. Which makes it even better.
Yeah.
Is there anything about the embroidery shop that we did not touch on that you want people to know?
The one thing that we do have a lot of is the school logos. Not a lot of the private school logos, but like Farragut High School logos, Hardin Valley logos. I have a little shirt over there of all the logos that we have. And so parents that want swag that is cool and they can
Is that William Blunt?
Yeah. So these are all the logos that we have that we can monogram on things. So
Hardin Valley, Farragut. Are these all Farragut?
Yeah, those are all Farragut. Football, baseball, basketball.
West Valley, assuming. West Valley still.
Carnes?
Oh, yeah, Beavers, yeah. Okay, and then this
Catholic,
is Webb.
and that's Webb.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So we do that kind of stuff a lot.
Beard and Bulldogs, where are you at?
I know. Where are you at?
Where are you at? Bearden, which she's directly across from Farragut High School.
Yes, we are directly across from Farragut High School. So, so we do a lot of that kind of stuff for the schools and the different teams and stuff.
And apparently for the teachers, they do a lot of stuff. Anyways, okay, so stuff for schools. Anything else like that we missed?
I don't think so.
What about the jerky? Well, how do you come up with the flavors? That's what I want to know. How are you coming up with like?
It was a combination.
Like jalapeno.
Like everybody likes a spice, and so the hot honey was just something. This is more of like a spread, so it tastes really good on like avocado toast, and then put the avocados with the egg. And it just gives it a little kick.
What?
This one I make a lot with salmon, and I mix it with hoisin sauce, and then I air fry the salmon, so it's like a spicy.
Did you want to adopt me? Like,
you can come have dinner.
I'll come eat at your house. She's like, you can come have dinner, but don't come back. And then, okay, look at this, by the way. What made you do these?
So that was something that.
It was a passion project.
A passion project. You know, everyone needs a little midday pick-me-up. So it's just chocolate-covered coffee beans. A lot of people sometimes think that it's like actual coffee beans.
Well, that's what I looked at it, and then I was like...
But they missed the dark chocolate.
Right.
So...
what I saw was chocolate. And I was like, I'm in. So you just kind of... Basically, this is really just like... I thought of this idea, and I try it.
Yes. That's exactly how it happened. That's exactly how it happened. And then I went ahead and I actually trademarked the brand.
Yeah.
And that just came through. It took about 2.5 years. And the Funky's Meat Snacks.
It took 2 years?
To trademark the name.
The name. Why does it take so long? Is that normal?
Well, they said it was because of COVID and just a lot of things. A lot of things. But, so this is trademarked. The Funky is one of my customers suggested to me that I also trademark Funky Snacks, I could, if I wanted to, make it just like a whole brand of things. And so, so it's so I went ahead and did that, and that's almost done. So
that's exciting. Okay, let me just ask you something that may be a little bit personal, so you don't have to answer this. But in the spirit of like being an entrepreneur and starting your own business and like taking action, it doesn't seem as if, like, you bought this business 2 weeks before COVID, had some horrible, like, stuff happen, family, etc. Yet, and still, you now, like, your embroidery business is thriving, your jerky business, your snacks business, like, it's thriving, regardless of those things. It doesn't seem as if, like, you were afraid about, like, money, or, like, the idea, or, like, how will I do this? Like, talk us through a little bit of that.
Well... I mean, I feel like I have been through a lot of stuff in my life, and I always know that, like, there's another side to it. So as bad as it always gets better.
Yeah.
And I kind of just stick to that mentality. And if you don't try, like, you never succeed. And, you know, like, you think of all the people that have created things, and if they were afraid to do it. And when I talked to that bankruptcy attorney and he told me that I would lose everything but $10,000, I was like, I got nothing to lose.
I'm good.
So let's go.
Let's do it. I'm in. That's awesome. No, I really admire you for that because, like, even for me, I'm like, I have all these ideas and I'm just afraid. Like, I'm not afraid, but I am. So, but you are, like, doing it. Because I remember when this just started.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when she was like, I'm doing this jerky, and she would bring it to us.
Well, the funniest story ever about the jerky was
Oh, my God. I know what you were going to say.
I gave her husband a T-shirt, and she gave it to him.
And it has, like...
The Funky Snacks logo on it. And he was wearing my T-shirt.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was wearing it, was he not?
He was wearing it. And we had all met out, and we were discussing... He was like, oh, so what's been going on? And I was like, yeah, I started... He has my shirt on. And I said, I just started this beef jerky thing. And I was explaining, and he was like so intrigued. Like
because he's obsessed with beef jerky, by the way.
So he's like so intrigued that I'm doing this. And we're talking about it. And I'm like, Shay, you have my shirt on. And he's like, I didn't know what this was.
He was like, I just thought it was a cool shirt. My friend just brought it to me, and I was like,
So yeah,
yeah.
he didn't know. He didn't connect the
special.
dots.
He's
special sometimes.
Okay, let's shift gears. Let's talk about Knoxville. Let's talk about Farragut.
Okay.
So, when you came here, you were at Teleco versus Farragut. Tell us a little bit, like, Teleco, what is your experience in Teleco? I have a ton of people asking, like, should I move to Teleco? Which I know it's more of a 55 and up kind of community, but I'm just curious your take on it. What advice do you have for people?
So Teleco is a beautiful place.
Yes.
My mom lived there on the lake for a long time, and it was beautiful. As an industry in Teleco, I didn't find it favorable because everybody comes to shop to Knoxville or Farragut, and so you don't have the traffic because, like, they're coming to Costco and all these big box places, and they'll stop at these little shops here. Where out there, it's unless you live there, you really didn't go. And so, for me, there wasn't enough opportunity.
So definitely, like, ideal place to live.
Yeah, it's beautiful,
but not like necessarily to have your business, basically.
But I do think it's changed. Now I've been here almost 10 years, so they've gotten more stuff out there.
Right.
So
do you go back out there much or no?
I don't.
Okay.
Because my mom moved. And
Okay.
I really have no
there's no reason to go back out there.
But it's, we still retained all of our customers from Teleco.
Ah, nice. Okay.
So that didn't affect
your current,
my current business or whatever. We retained the customers. I mean, in the beginning, the Teleco people would say, like, oh, you're not going to want to, like, it was not, I don't want to say negative, but kind of a negative thing that we were moving, but because the convenience would be gone. But it really, my business has quadrupled since we moved. So
it was the right move.
It was the right move.
Okay, what do you think? What are some, like, things about Farragut that people should know? Like, if they're thinking about moving here, or maybe they've been here for a while but they don't know much about Farragut, like, what should people know?
So, one thing that Farragut offers is we have something called the Farragut Business Alliance, and they are here. I'm actually on the board of it, and it's made up of business people in the community that volunteer their time to create this board, and they put on community events and things. And it also, they're here to support the businesses,
which is awesome.
Awesome. So it is a very, I know people sometimes complain about the struggles with the sign ordinance and stuff, like putting in a business. There are a lot of rules, but
they've got standards in Farragut, is what she's saying. Okay.
But with those standards, everything's pretty and it looks nice. And I grew up in Boca Raton, Florida, where, like, you couldn't even have, like, signs in the air, like McDonald's arches are on the ground. Like, there's nothing in the air, and it's beautiful.
Because you can see.
So I am somebody who thinks it's a good thing that there's rules, but it's a pain when you're going through the process. But once you get through the process, I think it's good. I do, and I do think that the people of Farragut support the businesses extremely well.
Yeah, I agree with it. It's definitely a community within Knoxville, for sure.
And so for us, like, a lot of my business comes from all over the area. Like, a lot of people come to us from East Knoxville and Carnes and Maryville and all over the place. And so it's good to be here. I feel like there's a lot of support.
That's awesome.
And so I do think it's a good place to have a business, because I do think the community supports their businesses.
That's super well said. I've actually not heard it phrased like that before, because I think that sometimes people think it's like, oh, it's rude or exclusive or whatever. It's really like, no, people are invested in the success of the community, including the businesses. So I think that's actually really cool.
And I was very blessed during COVID. One of my customers had Glenn Jacobs come in here and do a whole interview thing to try and, like, boost stuff during COVID. And
that's our mayor, by the way. Used to be a wrestler, and I went to his wrestling school.
Oh, yeah, you used to be a wrestler.
I know, right?
And But I do think when it comes down to like the business aspect of, you know, all of this, that our community looks out for the people who have invested their businesses here.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is the case in a lot of places.
I don't think so either. But I also think with that comes the expectation of you're also like investing in the community. Because, like, I think sometimes, like, you feel like you're a part of the community. And so it's like a natural vibe of like give and take.
Yeah.
So anyways, okay. Your top three favorite restaurants in the area.
Gosh, that's tough. You're going to put me on a... Well, I would say, I would say Water to Wine.
Yes, I agree.
I would say Point B, which is not in Farragut. But
oh my gosh, their French fry board.
Like they're everything, like
Whew!
their food, and then the new restaurant Elkmont's really good that just opened on Campbell Station.
Is that like
Elkmont
what used to be
Station?
down?
No.
Oh.
Mm-mm. They're the people that own Scrambled Jakes. They opened this. It's right here on the
Is
corner.
it a breakfast place?
No, it's dinner.
She's like, no, Haley, get a life. No,
And then
it's dinner.
Van Eden's has good stuff too. So
What's
I don't
that?
know. It's a wine bar on Chodo.
Oh my
I don't know.
gosh.
I'm kind of a food...
This is why Farragut in West Knox is the bomb, okay? Because two things she just said, never even heard of them. Number one. Number two, there's no wine near my house.
Well, and I'm one that stays in my bubble-ish.
Yeah, well, this is a good bubble to be in the sense of, like, you've got options.
Yes,
like,
we have great options. And then right across the street, they're building the whole, like, downtown Farragut thing that's going to have, like, a square and apartments and stuff, so...
Basically come to Farragut, okay? Water into Wine, they have some of the best bartenders, like, around. So, these other two, I'm like, I gotta add to the list.
And then there's Seasons. It's really
Seasons is good, too. Seasons is a good, like, go-to.
Yeah.
Which sometimes, if I want to treat myself on a Friday, and I'm out in the area showing, I'll pull up in Seasons, get myself a little salad, a little glass of wine. Treat yourself, you know? Anyways, okay, what are three of your favorite things to do in the area?
UT football.
Do you have season tickets? Or
I
no?
do have season tickets.
Boom! You have a parking pass?
I don't have a parking pass.
Were they not getting... Well, actually, okay. Shay is talking about getting a parking pass instead of season
I don't know
tickets.
that it's worth it. I don't think
agree.
it's worth it. I looked into it last year. But
some people sell them because we have a friend... I don't know if I'm supposed to be telling this, but he purchased a one-game parking pass for $2,000.
Yeah, but you can park on the street for like $25.
Yeah,
it makes
or you
no
can
sense.
park at the shop and walk.
Yeah, I don't know.
South
I
Knox.
don't think.
Anyways.
I don't think.
Okay,
it makes
so
sense.
football. What else?
Football. I like dining in the restaurant. I like food.
Yes.
So I like to. I'm out and about.
Obviously.
But I'm out and about. You know.
Right.
With that. Now we have Top Golf.
Yes. Have you been? I've not been.
It's fun.
I've been to Top Golf, but I've not been to ours because I didn't even think it was gonna be real. And then when I saw, like, oh my gosh, it's actually happening.
Yes.
So okay, she's fun. Listen to that.
I don't.
Football, good food, and Top Golf. Anyways, anything else? Fun things to do?
I mean, obviously you have like the lake when it's nice out, and you can go to the mountains.
Yeah.
You have Gatlinburg and all that stuff.
Are you a Gatlinburg fan?
I am not. Because I don't like to. I just stay.
It's far.
I stay in my
far.
bubble.
Yeah.
My friends make fun of me. If they want to go downtown, someone has to pick me up.
Hey, but I wish I would be like that. I'm only coming if you pick me up. So you know they really want you, and you're like, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, if people want to, if they want Embroidery Boutique, what should they do? Who should they call? You have a website? Like, what's the best way to go about that?
Sure. So our website is embroideryboutiqueknox.com. And then for the beef jerky, it's funkiesmeatsnacks.com. You can also get there by funkiesnacks.com.
Nice.
And then our phone number is 865-392-1024. And that's really it. And our address is 141 Brooklawn Street. We're in the same plaza as Kroger across from Farragut High School.
And that Kroger has a bar in it.
It does.
Which the Seymour Kroger does not have. Okay. Another reason why Farragut is awesome. Anyways, thank you so much, Debbie. This was
All right.
awesome. And actually, I'm going to be buying this today. Because what did you say put this on? You
like
said...
avocado toast. It tastes good on crackers with like cheese. It's good.
I cannot wait to try this. I'm taking this home, and I'm going to hide it from my husband. Anyways, thank you.
All right. Thank you.